Here we have a 1070 Founders Edition video card that came in for no detect. The card is not working and customer wants it fixed. The first thing I want to do is plug it into the motherboard, start measuring voltages and see what voltage rail we have missing. Usually we check for a short first and we measure resistance, but this time we're going to plug it in. I find it a lot easier to just plug it in and measure voltages. We're going to check our 12 volts line, we're going to check our 5 volts line, we're going to check our 1.8, VMAM, PAX, VCore, so on and so forth. Of course, we need to have 12 volts. If we do not, then we need to check for 12 volts why we do not have it. If we do not have 5 volts, we have to check for the 5 volts to see why we do not have it. Because if we do not have 5 volts, we're not going to have 1.8, we're not going to have PAX, we're not going to have MAM, we're not going to have VCore, and none of the stuff on the board are going to turn on. If we do have 5 volts, but we do not have 1.8 volts, then we have to troubleshoot for 1.8. Because if we do not have 1.8, then memory is not going to turn on and PAX is not going to be present. So let's take it one step at a time and see what's missing on the board. We're going to turn the motherboard on by shorting the pins on the board here. Okay, board is on. And right now, if the video card is not being detected by the motherboard, it's going to beep 6 times, like it's doing now. That's an indication that the video card is not being detected by the board. Let's go ahead and measure our 12 volts line and see what we get. We're going to measure 12 volts at the coil here on the top right. And we are reading 12.27. That's perfect. Let's measure our 5 volts line. And we're going to measure that first, because if we do not have 5 volts, then we're not going to have 1.8 and we're not going to have anything else on the board. And right now we have 0 volts on 5V line. We have 0 volts. Actually, we have 0.2 volts. Look at this. We have 0.2 volts on the 5V line. So something is bringing down that line. And of course, if we do not have 5 volts, we're not going to have 1.8. We're not going to have memory. We're not going to have PAX. And we're not going to have VCore. Nothing. The GPU is that cold. Look at this. Nothing is hot on the board. Everything is off. Let's turn the power supply off. And right now we know that we have to focus on the 5 volt rail. Why we do not have 5 volts? Let's take a look at the 5 volt coil that we have all the way on the top left, right here. And right above the coil on the top left, we have the step down converter, and it reads ADPG. That's the MP1475 chip. Something is going on with this chip, or something else is causing that chip to malfunction and bring voltage down, possibly a short. We have a short on pin number 2, and pin number 2 connects to back of the board. The chip is right over here, and it connects to back of the board right here. So let's take a look and see what's going on in this area. You will see that we have few caps on the back. We're going to measure those caps to see if we have a short on any one of them, because that may be what's causing the issue right there. So the chip sits behind this area of the board, and here we have 4 caps. Let's measure to see if we have a short on any one of those caps. We have a short. We have a short. We do not have a short on this one. What about this one? And we do not have a short on this one. So it's either this or this. Let's measure one more time. All right. Which one should we start with first? Let's start with the big one and see if we still have a short. If yes, then we're going to remove the small one and test again. Unless something else is causing the short. But right now it's obvious that we have a short here. Let's measure to see if we still have a short. Meter in diode mode. And we have a short. And the short is gone. Look at this. The meter is reading 0.5 voltage drop. The problem is this cap. Let's remove it. And we're gonna prep the pads. And how about we get rid of the glare? We're gonna grab the component from a donor board and we're gonna measure that component so in the future we know what the value is. And right now if you use our LCR meter we can measure the value of this capacitor. We're gonna go to capacitance mode and let's grab that capacitor and see what value we get. 5.5 microfarads. 5.5. So if we lose it, we can grab another one, and that's possibly a size either 805 SMD or 1206. Probably 1206. Let's put that capacitor on here. The cord is wobbling, so let me just apply heat and make sure it's in place. And the job is done. We're gonna clean up and now we're gonna test again to see if we have 5 volts now. One way to find out. Okay, and let's turn that board on. Motherboard is on. And is the board going to beep 6 times? Yes, it's beeping 6 times. The board is still beeping 6 times and our problem is not fixed yet. Let's go ahead and measure 5 volts and see, do we have 5 volts now? If we go to voltage mode, what else is wrong with this board? If we go to voltage mode, and we are getting the same 0.2 volts. It could be that our step-down converter is bad. The capacitor caused the chip to go bad, so we have to replace both the capacitor and the chip. Meter in diode mode. And if we measure pin number 2, do we have a short? And no, we have 0.56 voltage drop. I did not check if we have VCC on the chip, but you know what? It's going to be faster to change the chip than measure. Let's go ahead and remove that chip. And we're going to put that chip on the side. We're going to prep the pads. We're going to grab the chip from a donor board that we have here. And I know that that chip is good because we measured 5 volts on this donor board. So we do not have an issue with our 5 volt line on this board. And this chip is labeled as 08 equals F25. They label every chip differently. Okay, we're gonna press and hold. Just like that. And the job is done. Okay, and without wasting any time, let's plug that board in and test again. And let's see. Board is on. And we're gonna monitor and see if we still have 6 beeps. And we still do. Let's measure to see if we have 5 volts. We still have the same 0.2 volts. Right now we are still at 0.2 volts instead of 5 volts. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to back of the board again, and we initially replaced this shorted cap, but right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure the input here. This is the input of the chip, the second pin on the chip that we changed on front of the board. This here is the enable signal, and that's based on my experience working on the Founders Edition graphics cards. And this here is VCC. We're gonna check voltage from the back here. We should have 12 volts here, which is the second pin on the chip. We should have 3.3 volts right here, which is the enable signal. And we should have 5 volts on VCC. So that's what we're gonna do. And let's see what results we get. Let's plug the cable, turn the power supply on, and we're gonna turn the board on. Okay, board is on, and we still have this board is on, and we still have the 6 beeps. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back of the board and we're gonna measure 12 volts. We're gonna measure enable, and we're gonna measure VCC. And you can look at the meter here. So if we measure the big cap that we replaced, we should get 12 volts. Oh, look at that, we are getting 0 volts. If we measure enable, which is the resistor under it, we do have 3.3 volts, which is good. And if we measure VCC, and it's that cap on the right, what do we get? We measured that cap from the bottom, and we have 0.2. Right now our problem is not the chip, because we did change the chip with a good working chip. We do not have a short anywhere, and honestly I do not know what's causing the problem right now. Let's go over that chip again. Before we had a short on the 12 volt input here at the chip at the second pin, but now if you go to diode mode, we are getting a 0.5 reading, a voltage drop. First pin 0.6 voltage drop, the third pin 0.3 voltage drop, and the last one is ground. And we should not get any shorts on the top 4 pins here. 0.6, 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. Everything is testing good from this end. What if we measure this capacitor? 0.6 voltage drop, we don't have a short. And resistors on the front, they look good. If we go to the back where we soldered the capacitor, right now we are not getting 12 volts here on this cap. And if we measure this cap in diode mode, we're gonna get around 0.5, 0.6, 0.57. And if we measure the enable line from this resistor, we have a 0.5 voltage drop. And if we measure VCC, 0.6. Nothing stands out to why we have missing VCC or missing 12 volts input. I never had to worry about that problem before, looking for VCC and 12 volts on that particular chip. What if we measure those resistors in ohms mode? 2K, it's a normal reading. Zero ohms. 10K, all of them are reading normal. 16K, and this one is 0.9K. I do not see any issues on this area of the board. None. What is the problem? What is the problem? Let's go to front of the board. What if that chip was bad to begin with? I doubt that that chip is bad, because I know for a fact that this chip is good. The donor board that it was taken out from does have 5 volts. But anyway, let's remove that chip and see what happens. Let's put it on this side. I'll put it right here so we do not lose it. I do not want air to just blow that chip away. And while at it, why don't we remove that coil also? Let's put that coil down here. I removed the chip and the coil. Let's see if anything changes. Right now it's 7:30, we close at 6. I mean, every time I work on a video card late, it ends up being a no fix. Same thing last time. I uploaded a video, I was working on a video card late. I think it was the 1080, and it was a no fix. So I really want to get this video card working. And let's see if anything changed by removing that chip and the inductor. Let's turn that board on. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna just leave it till another time and go home. We still have the 6 beeps, of course. Card is not detected. Let's go to voltage mode. And let's see. I'm gonna measure at that big capacitor that we replaced. Are we gonna get an input? 12 volts? The answer is no. We have 0 volts. Let's check enable again. And we do have 3.3 volts. And let's check VCC. And VCC is the same. Nothing. 0 volts. What if we measure the inductor from the front? Both sides of the inductor with the inductor off. We're going to measure the top pad, 0 volts, and the bottom pad, 0.2 volts. All right, I think we're going to end the video right here. I do not want to work on this card anymore for today. It's already late. Let me know what you think. If you have any experience working on this card, the Founders Edition, let me know what you think. Let me know why we might have missing 12 volt input on the chip and VCC. Leave it down in the comments. And that's it. We're going to end the video right here. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions. And we'll do something else in the next video. Look at my gloves. I changed gloves 3 times today. Hard work.